So one day, maybe today, because you ended up on this video, right? You are down a rabbit hole of personal finance YouTube and you got really excited. You're like, man, I could really change my life. I could make a lot of money. You might implement a few of the things that you learned, but as time goes on, you tend to run out of steam. 365 days later, after you first went down that personal finance YouTube rabbit hole, you are no better off financially than you were the year before. That's a tragic cycle. Hi, my name is Adrian. Welcome to my channel, Always Talk Money. I like to talk money as it relates to everyday life. I don't have any investing tips or get rich quick schemes, just a candid conversation amongst friends. And today, we're going to talk about the tragic cycle of personal finance. And you, my friend, are the subject. Let's get into the video. You know what your biggest reason why you can't stay on your personal finance journey is? Let me know in the comments below, but I'm going to tell you what it is. The biggest problem is you do not know your why. And I know it sounds cliche and repetitive, but it is true, because what happens is you went down this rabbit hole and you try to mimic some of your favorite influencers, but what works for them won't work for you, because every one of us, every single one of us has our own unique circumstances. We have different life cycles, different life goals, different life experiences. And so that informs the decisions that we make on a daily basis. Even the way you tie your shoes is unique to you because of your collective experiences throughout your life. When I figured that out for myself personally, my personal finance journey skyrocketed. You cannot mimic those that you admire. You can take things that might work for you. You can emulate certain things, but you cannot go step by step, one by one, do exactly as they do. It simply won't work. And I'll tell you about my journey later and what helped me to crack the code, so to speak. But first, I want to talk about some problems I have with personal finance YouTube. Based on your algorithm and whoever's ecosystem you're in, you will have different influencers pushing different things based off of their unique experiences and circumstances, right? Graham Stephan is very much a stickler for saving and investing and not spending any money. He's very frugal. Andre Jick, he tends to lean towards dividend investing. Dave Ramsey, he doesn't like that at all. Because why? He went through a very painful bankruptcy in his life. And someone that has gone through a bankruptcy, I have never, but I can imagine the mental state and the mental toll that took on him to never, ever, ever want to borrow even a single dime ever again. And so you see all those three people, all three personal finance experts, and they all have different outlooks, different approaches, and so on and so forth. And not only that, you have the crypto bros, the social media marketing agency bros, you have the drop shipping bros, you have the Shopify bros, the Amazon FBA bros, and pretty soon you're going to have make money with AI bros. And they already started. And so there's a proliferation of experts and gurus, and you don't know who to trust, you don't know who to go with. And it's quite frankly very confusing. And each of them always say something along the lines of this: the number one best way to build wealth, the number one best way to start a business, the number one business, the number one stock, the number one ETF. And in my experience, none of that matters. It's all BS, because they want you to buy into their ecosystem. And I'm no different. I want you to buy in my ecosystem. The only difference is I feel like there is multiple ways to build wealth, multiple ways to approach personal finance. I don't have a number one way to get rich. There's a million ways I know how to get rich. My grandma always said to me, there's more than one way to skin a cat. I don't know why we're skinning cats, but that's what she always said to me. And so if you believe there's only one way to build wealth, or there's the number one stock you need to buy, the number one ETF, or the number one business to start, or even that you can't get rich with a 9-to-5, then all those beliefs will put you in a space where you're going to paint yourself in a corner. And only the few people that those things align with is going to work out for them. I don't want to do drop shipping. I don't want to do Amazon FBA, but I would never tell you that it wouldn't work. I would never tell you you can't get rich off of it. There's a a lot of Amazon FBA millionaires. There's a lot of dropshipping millionaires. There's a lot of social media marketing agency millionaires. There's a lot of crypto millionaires, and so on and so forth. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of AI millionaires. My philosophy specifically is to give people a wide variety of options. In personal finance, I want to focus on the person rather than the finance, because once you figure out who you are, then you will know what your path is to build wealth. And so my approach, and now as I said, I would talk about my story and how I figured it out. I teach personal finance not to just focus on numbers and spreadsheets and stuff. I've always had an interest in philosophy, psychology, and writing. When I write every single day and I try to convey my messages, I try to convey it from a psychological and philosophical standpoint, because as I always say in my videos, everyone knows how to add. Everyone knows what's 2 plus 2. Everybody knows how to read a 10% return. Everybody knows that. It's not that complicated. The psychology of why you make certain decisions when you know it's not good for you financially, I think that's what you need to focus on. And that's what I focus on, is because I want to help as many people as possible. And so if I came out with the number one this or the number one that to build wealth, then automatically I'm alienating a lot of people to break the tragic cycle of personal finance that you are on. A lot of people will get that initial burst of excitement when they try something new. But if it's not something that's congruent with your why, you are going to fall off the wagon. If you think back to some of the best times and the best moments of your life, when you've spent all day working on a project that you're really passionate about, and you realize money is not an issue, time is not an issue, you would have woken up every single day and done it for 12 hours a day every single day. And so a lot of people fall off the wagon because they're not passionate about what they're pursuing. That's why when you watch those videos and you say, okay, I'm going to start a social media marketing agency, when you have no interest in social media, you have no interest in marketing, you just want to make money. You try it because you fell into someone's ecosystem and it worked for them because they knew what their why was, but you don't know what your why was, and you followed them, and then you get mad and disgruntled that it didn't work, and you might even go back and be like, that is a scam. But the fact of the matter is, there are scams on the internet, but not to the degree that you think there are. A lot of people deem something was a scam because they were unsuccessful with it. That's not the mark of a scam. The mark of a scam is if you follow through with 100% of effort, thought, and execution and it still didn't work, then it's a scam most likely. But very rare do people actually execute, follow through, and commit 100% to the thing. You have to be fully committed. But why aren't you fully committed? Because you don't know what your why is. You need to figure out what your why is in this personal finance journey. Don't look at getting $100,000 a year. Don't look at getting $200,000 a year. Look at you. Look at yourself. Figure out what is aligned with you and what you want to do. Is it animals? Is it warehousing? Is it, vending machines? Is it YouTube? Is it content creation? Is it acting? Is it singing? Is it dancing? Is it cleaning pools? Is it having a lawn care service? Is it having a home health service? Is it having a 9-to-5? Because I tell you what, I have friends and people in my life that I'm very close to who have no desire to be an entrepreneur. But guess what? They make a lot of effing money. Why? Because they know what their why is, and every time they go into that company, into that 9-to-5, they know what their why is and was, and they knew it before they took that job, and so they were able to leverage themselves to the best of their ability in that job to make the most money in that job or field. So if you want to break this tragic cycle of personal finance, figure out what your why is. There's no one way to get rich. There's thousands of ways to get rich. There's thousands and millions of businesses and entrepreneurs. There's thousands and millions of 9-to-5 workers. Not all of them are doing the same thing. Obviously, there's more than one way to skin a cat. And so if you like this video, guys, leave a comment down below. Let me know what your why is. Go to alwaystalkmoney.com, sign up for the newsletter. It comes out every single Friday. Also, go to alwaystalkmoney.com/store if you're into ETFs and investing. My personal ETFs are on there. I publish them in an ebook. Go ahead and purchase that. It's worth the money. New videos every Mondays and Thursdays. I appreciate you guys for checking it out. Leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and until next time, I will see you. Peace.